Hello and welcome to this tutorial for the board game Cape May, where all entrepreneurs in the late 19th century trying to make this a nice town, but mostly a profitable one. So, let's get to it. You are going to play 12 rounds and then the game is over. Then you score all your points. You get all your points at the end of the game. I'll explain what you get points for in a moment, but it's also written on the side of your own player sheet in front of you. Final scoring at the bottom left. But again, the game is 12 rounds and then it ends. If you have the most points, you win the game. Now, what do you get points for? Just look at your own player sheet for a reminder. This track on the side here is not for points during the game, this is for income, but when the game is over you won't need this anymore, so just put all the markers back to 0 and use this as a scoring track. You get 1 point for each 10 money you still have left when the game is over. You get points that are written on your own secret bonus cards. If you manage to do what it's asking for, you get those points. During the game you can also collect these upgrade cards. Some of them will say that they are specifically for extra points at the end of the game. Just score points for whatever it says on your own upgrade cards. You also get points for any of these bird tokens you have collected. The goal is to have as many different types of birds. For each set of unmatching birds, you get points. Just look at the top of the game board for how many points you get. So, points for leftover money, bonus cards, upgrade cards and your bird collection. And the last thing that scores you points is what's written on the board here. You get points for all your Victorian houses. Mine are green, so I get points for all the big green houses I've placed on the board. And I get points based on where they are. You've got yellow sand area, the brown dirt area, the green grass area, and the grey gravel area. Just check this overview for how many points you get for each big house. If you happen to have placed one of these white bases under your house, then it's a landmark, and they give you even more points. It's also written up here. And this other overview here shows you the points you get when you are the player with the most houses in a particular area. Sand, grass, and so on. Points for first place and points for second place. Unless you're with 2 players, then you only use the points written on the second place side. Next, what is a round? As I've said, there are 12 rounds. Each round is 3 steps. Step 1. Flip over the top card from this event deck and deal with whatever it says. Step 2. Every player gets a turn to take 3 actions. Step 3. Move the round marker 1 space forward and give this first player token to the player on the left. If you've placed any of these L-shaped tokens on the board, you can remove them. If you happen to pass one of these spaces on the round track that shows 2 cards and some money, that means every player can take 2 cards from this deck. This is what the card looks like. And every player can take money. You get as much money as where your own little marker is on this money track. That's a round. Do the event cards, take turns, and then move the round marker forward. Then, what do you do when it's your turn? As I've said, when it's your turn, you can do 3 actions. I'm sure you're allowed to do fewer if you want to, but I don't really see the point in why you would do that. Just take all 3 actions. Every time you take one action, you move your own little player figure 1 space up here on your own player board. This is here to remind you how many actions you've done so far. There's only one thing left to explain, and that's all the actions you can choose from. Good news, they're also written on your own player sheet. Here they are at the top left. When it's your turn, you can choose to take 3 money from the bank. That's it. Or, when it's your turn, you can choose to take 2 cards from this deck. Choose one to keep, and the other one goes on the discard pile. Another thing you can do when it's your turn is play one of these cards. The card will speak for itself. In case it shows some minus money on the card as well, that means you get that much discount to do the action. For example, build a house somewhere. That costs money, but if you play this card, you get this much discount to build that house. We're already halfway. So, when it's your turn, you can choose to take 3 money, take a card from this deck, or play one of those cards. There's no limit to how many you can have. Moving on, when it's your turn, you can move your player figure that's on the game board. Every player also has their own figure walking around here. If you want to build something somewhere, normally you would need to be standing next to an available space. To get there, you can move. To move, you have to play one of your own movement cards. These cards that are in your own player color. Place the card open on the right side of your player sheet, and then move your figure exactly as many steps as it says on the card. You can't stop early, you have to move all the steps. It's also possible that a movement card says that you have to pay money to play it. Anyway, that's how you move, by using one of these cards. Look at the arrows on the board, some streets are one way. Another thing you can do when it's your turn is take back all the movement cards that you've used. Just pick up the discarded cards and put them back into your hand. You can use them again. And the last thing you can do when it's your turn is build or upgrade. If your player figure is standing right next to an empty space on the board, you can build something there. If there's already something there that is yours, you can upgrade it. Your own player sheet shows you how much something costs and what you get for that as a reward. You almost always get to move up on the income track to get more money during those moments in the game where you get income. You can either build a cottage or a shop. That depends on the shape that it shows on the board. You put one of your tokens on that space. In case you upgrade, then you put one of your own plastic buildings on it. If you upgrade a shop, it becomes a business. Again, you can go up on the income track for doing that. Your player sheet will show the cost, but also the reward. And when you upgrade your shop token to a business building, you can also take an upgrade card. Just look at which area you are at and take a card from there. For example, I'm on grass. So I can either take this green grass upgrade card that's open here, or if I don't like that one, I can take 2 cards from the deck, keep one, and put the other one on the bottom. The card will speak for itself. If you upgrade a cottage, you can place one of your own Victorian houses on that spot. It also costs you money, but you also get a reward. The last thing you can do is upgrade your Victorian house to a landmark. Then you pay the price and put this white base under your house. It gives you no reward, but you do get more points at the end of the game. And don't forget, you can only build or upgrade on a space that's next to where your player figure is on the board. All the spaces show a little dot to indicate what counts as adjacent. Alright, that was already it. Just look at your player sheet for a reminder for scoring at the end of the game, and all the actions you can choose from when it's your turn. One detail and then we're done. If you do a move action and you end your move on a space that shows an icon, you might get something. If it shows a bird, you can reach into this bag and take 1 bird token. You can look at it, but keep it face down. If it shows a pier, then you can take 3 of these activity cards, keep 2, and discard the other one. And if the space you land on shows a lighthouse, you can build a cottage token or a shop token on any empty space of the game board for 5 money. We're done. This is how you play Cape May. I hope you feel like you have a good understanding of the game. If you happen to play it, I hope you enjoy it. Thank you for watching. Feel free to leave a comment and see you for the next one.